Hello and welcome. I'm Millicent Walker. Tonight, coalition of united political parties challenge President Buhari to lead his campaign in order to demonstrate his fitness for the top job. President Buhari plays host to traditional rulers from the southwest as royal fathers advocate the need for peaceful conduct of the 2019 general elections. European Union meets with main opposition party PDP in Abuja to state commitment to ensuring that 2019 elections are free, fair and credible. And defeated opposition candidate in the DR Congo's presidential election, Martin Fayulu, vows to challenge results in court.
And on business news tonight, multi-billion-dollar Ibom Deep Sea Port project set to take off in 2021 under public-private partnership.
And on sports news tonight, Nigeria's Lobby Stars begin their CAF Champions League campaign with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa.
The coalition of united political parties wants President Muhammadu Buhari to lead his campaign to demonstrate his fitness for the country's top job. The group, while addressing journalists in Abuja today, also wants the president to overhaul the nation's security architecture ahead of the 2019 general elections.
The 2019 general election is barely a few weeks away, and it is for this reason that the coalition of united political parties is kicking against President Buhari's campaign.
President Muhammadu Buhari has indeed said Senator Bola Tinubu would do the campaigns on his behalf. We do hope that he was misquoted. Otherwise, Nigerians should simply ask him to step back from the contest and let his party put Tinubu forward as its candidate. President Buhari will go down as the first candidate in history to hire a proxy in a presidential contest. He is the one contesting. He should not be afraid to be the one to interface directly with Nigerians.
Apart from campaigning for himself, the CUPP is demanding a total overhaul of the nation's security architecture, as the national chairman of the coalition stresses the need for the injection of fresh hands into the nation's security apparatus.
We therefore call on President Buhari to quickly restore Nigeria's confidence in the armed forces by injecting fresh blood into the leadership of the military and curb the excesses of the police, which has been too involved in politics to the point of arresting vocal Nigerians on phantom charges and even aiding the disruption of national and state houses of assembly by hoodlums.
On the sidelines of the news conference, the spokesman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council criticizes the electoral guideline introduced by INEC, which allows simultaneous accreditation and voting.
So we want to tell Nigerians, if Professor Yakub Mahmood goes ahead to release a guideline that does not have the input of political parties, we will disown that guideline, I can tell you.
As the Independent National Electoral Commission prepares to officially present the new guidelines on Monday, which allows simultaneous accreditation and voting, opposition parties may be gearing up for a showdown with the electoral umpire.
Meanwhile, President Buhari today met with representatives of traditional rulers from the southwest geopolitical zone, led by the Ooni of Ife, Adeyeye Nito Ogun, at the presidential villa. After the meeting, the Ooni told State House correspondents that their visit had nothing to do with politics, but to remind the president of the importance of including more youths and women in his government. At a separate meeting with the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, the Ooni and other traditional rulers appealed to citizens to shun violence during the elections.
traditional rulers from southwest Nigeria at a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting, which was held behind closed doors, lasted a few hours, after which the Ooni of Ife, who doubles as the co-chairman of the National Council of Traditional Rulers, explains the purpose.
Election is so close by, obviously tension will build, but what is critical is for us to know that Nigeria is greater than all of us. No amount of money they will promise the youth to disrupt and to destabilize the country. They should know that they are making history for themselves.
At a separate meeting with the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Bola Tinubu, also in Abuja, the traditional rulers stressed the need for Nigeria to have a peaceful 2019 general elections.
The power in every Nigerian, every electorate lies in the thumb. So as traditional rulers, we are father to all. We play that role that there should be peace in this country.
While the APC's national leader maintains that the incumbent government is desirous of a peaceful, free and fair election, he insists that the APC is confident of winning the 2019 presidential election.
Where you believe you can win, you don't want violence. None of us, with our children, our junior brothers, and many of our followers, we want our followers to become sacrificial lambs. No, we won't encourage violent disruption of any election.
The meeting, which is aimed at ensuring a peaceful general election, had in attendance top traditional rulers from southwest Nigeria, led by the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, and the Alake of Egbaland, Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo III, among others.
Well, more from politics. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has also been busy, and he's assuring women that they won't be relegated to the background if he is elected. He gave this assurance during the National Women's Conference in Abuja, organized by the party, with a theme, a call to action. Speakers at the event encouraged women to play their part in ensuring the victory of the party's candidate in the coming election. Our correspondent Larry Lasisi reports.
This is the National Women's Conference organized by the People's Democratic Party. In attendance are top female officials of the party, wives of party leaders and candidates, and other party members. One by one, selected speakers faced the crowd to sell the party's presidential candidate.
I want to call upon all Nigerian women. We have done it before. We will do it again. We will do it again. Come out en masse and vote Atiku Obi.
It is time to articulate for job security, food security, physical security, rent security. He has a plan. He understands that when there is hunger, the women and children suffer. He understands that when there is insecurity, the women and children suffer.
The presidential candidate starts by saluting the women, who he describes as the most consistent voters in the Nigerian political process. He assures them of a place in his administration if elected.
Great Nigerian women, this is your opportunity. You are not going to be put in the other room, I promise you. Because you have seen my wives here, they are not in the other room. They are
in the front as far as I'm concerned.
The party says this conference is to ensure that the women understand that they have a key role to play in the coming election. Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
Over in the southwest, the governorship candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM, in Ogun State, Adekunle Akinlade, believes his candidacy presents the best opportunity for the people of the Yewa zone to achieve their aim of producing the next governor of the state. The candidate disclosed this during his campaign tour of his senatorial district, Ogun West, which remains the only senatorial district of the 3 in the state yet to produce the governor.
Assurances and words, weighty enough to boost confidence as the APM governorship candidate Adekunle Akinlade continues his ward-to-ward campaign. A 2-day tour of all the wards in Yewa South, and there's a resounding message, one the candidate is passionate about and hard to ignore: the Ogun West agenda.
Out of those of us aspiring from Ogun West, I have a fully represent over 51% of registered voters in Ogun State. If I'm already bringing that much to Ogun West, and I'm confident that I'm bringing them more to Ogun West, everybody should know, everyone should know that I stand a better chance to actualize the Ogun West for governor vision and agenda than any other person. So I pray that we have to eat so that it will come to pass.
As the candidate and his team continue to walk the fine line between getting the buy-in of his own base and winning votes good enough to secure him the governorship seat, he seems to have also appealed to other groups in the state.
When you look at the incumbent governor, the function or the formula that he's using, this man is also his right man. And we ask them, they have good formula, good functions. We have to give them the chance to continue with that good mission to rebuild. If you look in Ogun State today, the person that make Ogun State to become as a London is our incumbent governor, Mr. Amosu. So we would like this man, who is the right person to him. I know if he is being elected into that place, he will follow the footsteps.
In the coming days, the campaign trail of the governorship candidate will be moving to other local governments, with power shift, equity, fairness to all, among other issues, at the forefront of the party's intense campaign efforts. They believe is yielding results that will make them succeed in the coming election.
In part 2, after the break, Department of State Services moves Senator Dino Melaye from police hospital to a DSS facility. Please stay with us.